everybody, it's your boy Redbeard here, and you may be asking, where's the gameplay? Why am I showing you the homepage and digital store of War Thunder? And that's because, ladies and gentlemen, I was a very, very bad Redbeard, and I went and bought the Ultra Advanced Pack. That's right, 5 aircraft, 10,000 Golden Eagles, and the premium account, all for $80. Personally, I bought it, it was tax season. You know, I said I was going to stay with the free stuff, but it was just too tantalizing. It was too much of a good deal. So, jumping right in, as you can tell by the title, I am going to review all of the 5 aircraft, plus a few extras. Since I got the 10,000 Golden Eagles, I was able to purchase a few other premium aircraft, and I'm going to bring them all to you, review them, tell you the pros and cons, and whether or not it's really worth it to going out and either spending the $20 for an individual pack, or the $80 for the Ultra Advanced Pack. Now, as you see, I'm just messing around, putting some camo on here. Personally, I like having a crazy looking aircraft. It just puts a little of me in there, a little style that I like to bring. But jumping right in, this is the XP-38, and it has 250 caliber machine guns and one 20mm cannon. The armament itself isn't really going to blow you away. It's not a game changer. It's not like a Focke-Wulf or even a BF-109 with its gun pods. It's not a heavy hitter. But for the Americans, considering very few of their aircraft actually have cannons, and especially since this is a Tier 2 with a Tier 3 battle rating, this thing can actually do very well and pack a heavy punch, considering you're playing the Americans at low tiers. So, you may be asking, what's so good about the XP-38? And really not too much. Let's be honest, it's an American, it's a heavy fighter. So it's not very agile. It has a fully upgraded, and that's another thing I want to throw out there very quickly, is I was very unaware of this, especially since I was a free player. If you guys go out and buy premium aircraft, and you buy anything, it comes fully upgraded. It doesn't come stock. It's not like you just researched it on a tech tree. It comes fully upgraded. So, I did not know this. But I learned very quickly that once you buy an aircraft and you take it out for a spin, that's the way it's going to handle no matter what, because you can't upgrade it anymore because it is fully upgraded. So you can see, jumping into battle here, and I didn't even really jump right into the gameplay where I start out from the spawn, but as you can see, this is a perfect boom and zoom aircraft. If you are a BF-109 pilot like myself, who's flown quite a few BF-109s, knows how to play them and play them well, this aircraft right now is going to be one of your very good friends, because simply it can't outturn really anything. It's got a 20-second turn time, which if you're playing the BF-109s with the gun pods, it's about the exact same turn time as a BF-109. So, second thing, it has a 23 meters per second climb rate, which isn't that great, but considering this is a very beginning Tier 2 gameplay. As you can see, I took on a P400 right there. That's the type of matchmaking, if you don't throw any higher tier aircraft in, that you're normally going to get. You're going to be in the very few air covers you're going to see. You know, a lot of BF-109 E3s, maybe the F1s if you're lucky. Very rarely, unless you're getting into a weird game, will you see any F4s, P63s, you know, anything like that. So, that kind of right there is the reason why this aircraft is so good. As you can see, it's, especially in high-speed dives, it's very hard to keep your nose on a target. That's what I'll say right there. But the thing is, you pick up so much speed, even in arcade right now. As you can see, I'm playing arcade. I switched over from realistic, so a lot of the bulk of this is going to be in arcade mode. But I will show you, not show you, but tell you some of the characteristics that I felt in realistic as well. But as you can see, it's not an aircraft that you can really just get behind somebody and keep the nose on the target and get the kill. But if you play the way I've been playing, and you just do your hammerheads, you climb up as soon as your nose gets off the target, keep all your energy going towards gaining altitude and then diving back down. You will do extremely well in this aircraft. This aircraft is the Rolls Royce of booming and zooming, really, and it's got the 20mm cannon. So as long as you can keep the nose on the aircraft, you will get kills so easily because every weapon is right on the nose, so you don't really have to worry about convergence at all. As you can see here, oh boy, arcade, yeah. Somehow an SU-2 can outclimb a P-38. But as I was saying, guys, this thing has a 23 meters per second climb rate, and that's really the pride and joy of this aircraft. Is at the tier 2, most aircraft have about an 18 to 19 meters per second climb rate. This thing has 23, almost 24 meters per second, which is right on. Oh my god, I can't even watch this. This is just, it's so bad. But hey, that's arcade for you. But that's the thing, it can outclimb almost anything in its tier, which makes it perfect. You just outclimb somebody, stay above them, drop down from behind, get the kill, and zoom away. Alright, so now you guys have been saying, okay, Redbeard, we get it, it can climb, it's boom and zoom, you know, I'm not really a boom and zoom guy. Alright, well, there is another very good characteristic, also kind of with a boom and zoom. But as you can see here, I'm chasing down a bomber, and just level flight, I am at well over 500 kilometers an hour. And that is because this thing is just a rocket. It is a lightweight, look at that wingspan, I mean, it's just, it doesn't have a very good roll rate, it can't really keep its nose on the target, but man is this thing fast. And I mean, it can catch anything in tier 2. I promise you, I catch BF-109s in dives, I can catch pretty much anything that is known for speed. I can outrun almost any American aircraft, any British aircraft, and practically any German aircraft within tier 2. It's just so fantastic with this speed. And I'm saying, you kind of have to switch your gameplay and your playstyle up to really bring out the strengths in the XP38. But once you finally get their niche, because this was my very first gameplay, as you can see, I don't have my all blacked out P38, because this was my very first gameplay. I didn't even know that I could put the stealth ammo on. But this was my very first gameplay, and I had to do a lot of transitions here because it took me a moment to realize what type of aircraft this was. Once I first took it out, I was like, okay, it's fast, got a decent turn rate, and amazing climb rate. But it still took a game or two to really get used to and see the characteristics. But once I've gone that, and I knew that it was just a typical boom and zoom aircraft, and that I could really outrun anything, it was just game over. The biggest thing, as I always say, is it's just hard to keep the nose. It's very twitchy. It's got a slow, it feels very sluggish in your turns, but as long as you can just maintain your altitude and speed, come from behind, you know, lower those flaps, stabilize as much as possible, I guarantee you this aircraft will do very well for you. But no aircraft, especially a premium aircraft, is a full-on glorified Titan. There is no way that this thing is you know, all smiles and rainbows, and that is 100% correct, because there are a few flaws, if not weaknesses, with this aircraft, and man, are they weaknesses. And first and foremost is these engines. I don't understand. I'm not a big XP38 historian. I don't know what type of engine it uses. I don't know if it's the same one from the P-51. I have no idea what it uses, but for some odd reason, anytime either engine takes, it could be just a single 50 cal round. Trust me, I've been killed by the rear gunner of an SBD Dauntless. But for some weird reason, any bullet that hits your engine, the entire engine catches fire, and then your entire aircraft just bursts into flame. Doesn't matter if you drop your throttle, doesn't matter if only one engine, suddenly both are on fire, and your entire wing surface just burnt away, and you die. I don't understand why it does this. I don't know if the XP-38 doesn't have self-sustaining fuel tanks. I don't know if Gaijin just doesn't have the correct flight model. Last time I checked, I watched a realistic battle by the Mighty Jingles, and he was flying this in realistic, and he was saying that it still didn't have a correct flight model, so I don't know if Gaijin ever fixed it. I would have to go through the previous patches and look through the patch notes, which, as you can tell by my YouTube channel, the last few times I said I had family in town, so I don't have a lot of time lately to actually research these things. I'm sorry, I try to bring the best video I can, but lately the time has just not been there to really bring you the answers. So, aside from that, besides one bullet setting your entire aircraft on fire, the second thing is, as you see, I'm playing in arcade battles, and if you watched the first clip, you saw that I died in horrible fashion by an aircraft that shouldn't have been able to outclimb me, and that's because if you use this aircraft and try to get that preferential tier matchmaking, because in realistic battles, the tier system's a lot worse than it is in arcade, your boom and zoom advantages are diminished significantly. For some odd reason, arcade likes to be this way, but you can have a 5 to 6 second meter per second climb advantage, and it's just erased in arcade. There's been so many times where Spitfire has been able to outclimb me. You know, everything, aircraft that should have no reason, no business being able to match my speed or climb rate or even dive rate, have been able to hang me, and that's because it's arcade, guys. So to get that preferential matchmaking, that special tier 2, almost a tier 1 matchmaking that makes this aircraft so good, you have to give up your boom and zoom advantage many times. Because if you go to realistic battles, there's been times when I was flying in a BF-110 in realistic battles, and BF-109 F4 teammates are somehow in the game with me. It makes the tier system, it needs to be buffed. I said it in the last videos, but it's especially prevalent in realistic battles where the tier system is just not working in realistic battles. So that's the problem. If you take this XP38 out in realistic battles, you're gonna have, unless you find that one game where you are one of the top tier aircraft, there are going to be other aircraft that can outclimb you and outmaneuver you, and so it's really just going to be all on your wits to win gunfights with other aircraft, because if you can't outturn them, you can't outclimb them or dive them. It's really all on you to stay alive. So that is my review, guys, on the XP38. It's a good aircraft. I'm going to do a brief recap here. It's a great aircraft. I love it. I fell in love with it as soon as I flew it, really. I mean, as you can see here, even in arcade, you can just put the throttle down, go as fast as you can in a straight line, and you'll just start pulling away. As long as you don't take any critical damage and your engine doesn't get hit by that rare one bullet and catch fire, this aircraft is fantastic, especially for BF-109 pilots. I mean, guys, I am as you can see by my German videos that I've posted in the past, I fly BF-109. I only have one 190 unlocked, but I just love BF-109s. There's something about them, and this aircraft really plays the exact same way in your American line. So if you are looking for a new aircraft in America besides the BF-109 premium aircraft you can unlock, if you want something else, then by all means, this is an aircraft for you. The weaknesses are many of the normal American aircraft weaknesses. They can't turn very well. Their engines get shot out by pretty much anybody because they're just weak. But if you can learn and you know how to mask those weaknesses, this aircraft is just fantastic. As you can see there, you can even in turn, you can bleed off speed so well, as I did a nice little corkscrew there, and that lag overshot. It's just, this aircraft is hit and miss, guys. It really is. In realistic battles, if you can get that top tier, then you will just absolutely dominate. I can't stress that enough. There is no aircraft in realistic battles, as long as you're not facing any F4s or even F1s that are fully upgraded, there is nothing that can outclimb you. There's just nothing. And there's nothing that can catch you in a dive. And if you can use that in realistic battles, I swear you can get as many kills as you want with this aircraft. It's just that good. I'm telling you. In arcade, again, the boom and zoom, it's very hard to boom and zoom arcade. So you're going to have a lot of frustrations. But at the same time, if you're sick of flying some F4Fs, F6Fs, if you're trying to find a good moneymaker, and that's another thing I need to stress. My premium aircraft are just the biggest moneymaker, as you can see right now. The battles ended. I had 4 kills in that match. 4 kills, no deaths. But look how much XP I got. Holy cow. So I had my ×4 here, you know, first battle, but holy cow, look at that. Almost 20,000 research points with a ×4 by only getting 4 kills and not dying. If there was any reason aside, even if you don't like the XP38, to go out and spend some hard-earned money on a premium account, it's that right there. It makes grinding so much easier to get to higher tier aircraft. And so, thank you for watching the video. Video's wrapping up here, and until next time, I will see you in the skies.